on the way.
Oh. And you stuck it out, and that's how you got better.
Yeah, I was,
But you had your faith, too.
Absolutely.
Well, you heard it out of a rock legend's mouth, ladies and gentlemen. Life is actually better as a rock star sober.
It was the best tour date I ever had.
Wow, yeah. That is an awesome story. Thank you for sharing that. Well, the first time you ever got on stage as the lead singer of Foreigner, in your first concert, what went through your head? Like, this is it? I mean,
yeah,
was it?
Because when we went on stage for the first time as Foreigner, our album had been out. Feels Like the First Time was racing up the charts. And we had not performed together. We had rehearsed together, but we had never performed as a band together.
Oh wow!
And our first show was at American University outside of Washington, D.C. And it was a big amphitheater, and it was all college kids. And I remember really being so nervous before the show, and we're slapping each other on the back. All right, let's go get on and stuff, We went out, and first thing I remember is the tempos being so fast.
Because everybody was nervous?
Yep.
Probably the drummer.
And Dennis, our drummer, was nerved up too, and they were fast, and as the song would go on, they'd even get a little faster, to the point where I'm you could only jam so many lyrics in a measure, and so obviously the show was terrific for our first show, but we had a long way to go to being a real good band.
Yeah, fine tune.
Yes.
Oh, but I'm sure the fans loved it. Now, is Midnight Blues still your favorite song?
Favorite song that I've been involved in is the song that I wrote with Bruce Turgan, and again that was a song that I came up with the basics of the song, and he and I finessed the arrangement and such. That song was a lot of fun to put together, actually.
Okay, and the line in Midnight Blue that talks about your dad.
Remember what my father said: it's either Cherry Red or Midnight Blue.
Now, what did he mean by that? Explain that. Cherry Red being like super sweet, super good, and Midnight Blue
being a little mysterious.
Oh, okay.
Midnight Blue. Now listen. You were the reckless one.
And it still remains your favorite song,
It
right?
does, yeah. That and Jukebox Hero. I think it's a song that kind of is autobiographical to a degree, about a young guy who wants to make it as a rock star, and didn't even have the money to get a ticket to see his favorite band, had to listen to them from outside the venue, who finally makes good after dreaming about being a rock star, and hearing so many of his favorite groups and being enamored with them, and finally making it himself. I wrote Jukebox Hero with Mick.
With Mick,
Yes.
okay. Now, who came up with the idea? Because actually, Jukebox Hero is my favorite song.
That was my idea.
Okay.
I've got cassette tapes of me singing the melody and I was playing the drums to it. No guitars, no keyboards, just my voice and the drums.
But when you were a kid, was that from an experience you had? Trying to go to the concerts?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
a number of them where I would I'd either catch a ride with somebody or I'd be hitchhiking down Spencerport Road. That's how I got to the Stones concert.
Right.
Because I ran out of my house and my mom and dad had no idea where I was going.
And by the way, I don't want to spoil that in the book, but he did get grounded for a month. But he said it was worth it,
It was
right?
definitely worth it.
It was definitely worth it. I gotta ask you this. Do you like country music? I know you're a rock and roll guy, but
I do like country
you
music.
do.
Yep.
If you were asked to do, like a show like maybe Crossroads or something like that, where you collaborate with a country music artist, do you know who you would be interested maybe in doing that with? Would you be interested?
I think I would.
Yeah? Oh, okay, good.
Does anybody stick out there? There's so many great ones that it would be.
Kind of hard to choose.
It'd be hard to choose, and they also want to. It's also up to them if they want to collaborate with you.
Oh my God, what are you kidding me? I think that would be a no-brainer, but have you ever seen the show Dancing with the Stars?
Absolutely.
You
yes.
have?
Yeah.
What's next? If you were asked to do that, would you do Dancing with the Stars?
Maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. A lot of people watch it. It's like one of the #1 shows on it.
I'd like to be one of the vocal mentors on.
The Voice.
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
That would be
quite
fun.
fitting for you. Well, maybe if somebody hears us out there, Lou Gramm, The Voice, that'd be. Oh my God, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
All right, Lou. If you could relive one day in your life, what day would it be and why?
Wow, these questions are getting tough.
Are they? Okay. Well, I'm trying to live vicariously
I
through
hear
you, in case you didn't notice.
One of the most exciting and happiest was playing Cal Jam 2. I'll never forget that.
Really?
Yeah. It was about 700,000 people.
Oh my God! 700,000.
And
Wow.
it was an unbelievable event. There were people as far as you could see to the horizon and beyond. They had 3 or 4 PA systems set up on a 2 or 3 second delay, and big wide screens set up. Every time they set up the PA, they'd set up the wide screen so the people that were past the horizon line could see the performers on stage,
Right.
on the screens.
Oh my God, that's a huge production. Now, where was that held?
That was in California. I believe it was outside of Los Angeles. And we were just finishing up Double Vision, recording it, and we had our first album out, and it was successful already. So we came on, and we played our whole first album, and we came off stage thinking that we were done, and the crowd kept
encore.
wanting more, and we had no on.
Oh no!
Yeah. So
Uh-oh.
we thought for a second, and we said, "Let's do Hot Blooded," which we had never even played before, nor had
crying out
anybody ever heard it before. The album wasn't even out yet.
Wow. So it was just a song in the works at that point.
Yeah, and I only had one verse.
Check it and see. I got a fever of 103. Come on, baby, you can do more than dance. Hot dirty, hot dirty. Now listen.
So we went out there and played the song. I sang one verse 3 times, same verse.
Well, then maybe they were drinking. They didn't know.
Yeah, I'm sure they didn't. We rocked the house. It brought the house down. We said this is a new song that will be out in about 6 weeks. It's our first single from our new album, and we here's a sneak peek for you. So we played it, and it was unbelievable. But the adrenaline pumping was just unbelievable because it was like going without training wheels on your bike.
What do you like to do in your spare time? What does Lou Gramm do in his spare time?
I'll bet you know. Well, I'm definitely a family man. I love spending time with my wife and my children, all of them. I've got big guys who own restaurants and are chefs.
Right here in Rochester?
Yes.
They own restaurants?
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys all know this, but I am Lou Gramm is from Rochester, New York, and so am I. And tell us what restaurants in Rochester your sons own.
My second oldest son Matthew and Nick both own a restaurant called Bonsai,
Okay.
and I have 14-year-old twins,
Yeah.
boy and a girl, who I also love dearly, and they're the ones who have the musical genes.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay. That was my next question. Are they?
Do our encores, Hot Blooded, and they come up and sing every time when they're on the road with us.
Oh, how exciting.
Yeah.
I told them a little story before we started it in the introduction. I was like, do you remember when you came to Nashville and the Lou Gramm Band did one of
Yes.
the first concerts there?
Absolutely.
And you asked me to sing back up with some of your other friends,
Yes.
and I Want to Know What Love Is.
Mhm.
Well, I tell people that story all the time, but I don't think they believe me.
She's telling the truth.
See? I told you.
Yes, she is.
I was bragging about the album that you produced for me that Dick and I wrote, and when we got to sing at the concert there. So
Yeah, that was a fun time.
those are some of my fondest memories, my
Awesome.
claim to fame, I should say. The last question that I think all the diehard Foreigner fans and Lou Gramm fans out there would want to know would be this: is there any chance that Lou Gramm and Foreigner will reunite all the original members and do one last tour?
I think that'd be a great idea.
I do too, and I know your fans would think that for sure.
I think it's a long shot, but I wouldn't count that out.
Well, I want to thank you again, Lou, so much for being
My
on the
pleasure.
show. You are a real special guy, and I'm so glad you're doing well and
Yeah, thank
family
you.
life and career and everything. is
Absolutely.
great. All right, well, thank you. Give a wave out to all your fans. Bye,
See you guys.